Guys, I'm here today from out at the horse farm. I just finished working my two girls and I figured I'd take this opportunity to chat with you. Here's my one baby, Shy. My one girl, she's munching on grass, happy-go-lucky. I just got done working them out, and I wanted to just take the opportunity to chat a little bit about having hobbies. And you know, the horses have helped my anxiety tremendously over the years, and some of that is just naturally the relationship you have with the animals and kind of what you get out of that, and we can talk about that again kind of another day, but that's one part of it. The other part of it, I think, is just having a hobby or having something to focus on that you can get excited about and that you can get into. Let me walk her over here to a safer place than where we're at right now. It's really windy out here today, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I think having something for our brain to focus on is really healthy for us. So take this horse for example. You know, she's pretty content right now. She's munching on her grass. Her workout is over. She's happy. If something came by that spooked her, like a loud noise happened or something like that, I'm sure would throw her head up. She would probably jump a little bit. She'd probably look around. But once she realized that there wasn't anything there to really threaten her, there wasn't anything there to really threaten her, she would just go back to eating and being content again. And I think that is an important distinction between a lot of animals and people. So human beings have a tendency to not just go back to eating grass, if you will. So if I were somewhere and I got spooked by something, even if I looked around and realized, oh, I don't think that there's actually a real threat here, my brain would probably continue to be going 100 miles a minute about a lot of different possibilities. And we start to worry about the what ifs and the what could be's and the what if this thing I'm scared about really happens in the future, and all the, you know, maybe movies you've seen before start playing over in your head, and we can get ourselves really worked up just by all the what ifs, the would have, could have, should have's, the worried about the future, the worried about the past, X, Y, and Z. And this is one of the problems, or one of the things that mindfulness targets. And that's why it's so powerful, because it really teaches you to be here in the now, in the moment, and not to get worked up because of all the possibilities that you're worried about, or the would have, could have, should have's, or the what may happen in the futures, you know, yada yada yada. So that's one of the reasons that is so powerful and why that works. I think though it's important to recognize that human beings our brains tend to like to problem solve, and that's why, you know, something like this animal here and other animals is probably going to be content just like sitting around and grazing all day. They don't need to problem solve the entire world. Like, they just want to be where they are, and they just want to be content and feel safe and have all of their needs met. Human beings, on the other hand, we tend to problem solve, and we tend to think about all the possibilities. We tend to be imaginative, creative, try to think about things that maybe haven't existed yet. And I think that that's really amazing, and it's kind of that's what makes us be able to do all the amazing things that we do, like build tall skyscrapers and develop new technologies, and, you know, so on and so on. So that part of our brain is really powerful. But if you don't have something productive to be problem solving about, or to be, you know, striving towards, the brain will make up something else to dedicate its energy to. And I think that is a really important point for us to remember. And, there's an old saying, idle hands are a devil's playground. And I have kind of hijacked that saying, and now I use it instead to say an idle mind is the devil's playground. And I think, for that reason, if human beings don't naturally have something to fixate our minds on, we're going to be fixating them on a lot of potentially inappropriate things, like making up problems, making up things to be anxious about, worrying about. So it's important, if you have a naturally hyperactive mind, especially, it's important to give it something to focus on, something to productively work on or to get excited about. And I think that's why having hobbies is so important for us. Really helpful tool to keep the brain focused on good, productive things and not let it become hyperactive about things that maybe are a little more toxic in our life. So I know this is definitely a tough time right now with the pandemic situation, and especially all the lockdowns and things like this, and not everyone is as lucky as I am to be able to have a hobby that I can safely do social distancing. But I encourage you to try to be creative, find something that you're passionate about, something that makes you and encourages you to get out of bed every day, put all your effort and all your energy into that thing, and give your mind something productive, something worthwhile to do its magic on. Our brains are very powerful and very amazing, and they want to do what they're good at it, and that is problem solve, that is be productive, that is accomplish tasks, reach goals, yada yada yada. So if that's what it wants to do, let it do that, and find something productive and worthwhile to target all that energy towards. And you might find that it helps you cope with anxiety, stress, things like that, because you're giving your brain somewhere else to put all of its wonderful energy. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Sorry for all the wind and all the bouncy phone, but thought you might enjoy seeing some green today. Thought you might enjoy meeting my girl who's chomping away on grass and doesn't really care about anything else, because that's horses for you. But you guys have a great rest of your day, and please check back in if you like these, and I'd love to keep seeing you stop by. All right, talk soon. Bye.